It was another lovely day in Bush Hill, and Harry and Colin were having a cup of tea outside. But Harry wanted to do something useful. I know, the girls are learning about the planets in Clevedon. I'll have a look in my book to see what it's all about, because I can't remember much from when I went to school. I need to look up how many planets there were, what they're called, what they do, are they bigger or smaller than each other, how far away are they from us? Where do we live? I know, we live on Earth, so I know that one. Perhaps if Grandad's not busy on his computer, I could look at that as well, because although the book shows me, I need to see more information. Harry looked at the book and then went over to the computer. He started studying it. He was getting a bit tired by this time. Look at all these planets, he said. There are so many of them. Where do I start? How do I explain it to the girls? I think I'll do it one by one. So first there's the sun, which is the centre of the solar system. It is very, very large and very, very hot. Then comes Mercury, the nearest planet to the sun. It is 35 million miles from the sun. It takes 88 days to go around the sun. It is very cold with really cold temperatures. Next up is Venus, the second nearest planet to the sun. It is 67 miles away from the sun, and it takes 270 days to go around the sun. It is very hot as a barbecue flame. Now we get to Earth, and that's where we live, as you know. It's the third nearest planet to the sun, and it's 93 million miles away from it. It takes 365 days to go around the sun. That's a year. And it has weather and climates which allow humans and bears to live on it. The fourth nearest planet to the sun is Mars. No, not the chocolate bar, the planet. It's known as the red planet because of its red colour. It's 150 million miles away from the sun, and it takes 2 years to go round it. It is very cold with temperatures of minus degrees. Now we are on to Jupiter, which is the fifth nearest planet to the sun. It is 484 million miles away from it, and it takes 12 years to go round the sun. It is very, very, very cold. The next planet is Saturn, and I think it's the prettiest of all the planets. It has rings round it, made up of rocks and space dust. It is 889 million miles away from the sun, and it takes 29 years to go round it. Again, because it was so far away, it is very, very cold. So 2 more planets to go, and the next one is Uranus, one of the furthest planets away from the sun. It is the furthest one away. It is 1,800 million miles away, and it takes 84 years to go around the sun. So as you can imagine, it is very, 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 very cold. So the last planet in our solar system is Neptune. It is the furthest away from the sun, and it is known as the blue planet because it looks blue in the sky. It is 2,800 million miles away from the sun, and it takes 164 years to go round it. And as we know, what is it, girls? It is very, 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 very cold. So now we know there are 8 planets in our solar system, and I've found a film to show you them spinning round the sun. Can you see them go? All the different planets that we went through. There is the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So now I think we need to have a bit of fun, and I will need Nanny's help and also some help with some vegetables and fruit, because I'm going to pretend that these are the planets, and we're going to try and work out how far away they are from each other. But Grandad's study isn't big enough. I'm going to have to go downstairs and see if Nanny will help me. Nanny, are you... I'm here, said Nanny. What would you like me to do, Harry? Harry explained what he wanted her to do. I want you to take each piece of fruit when I tell you and place it where I say. The first is the sun. even though it looks like an onion. Right, Nanny, I want you to put the sun on the floor, and then we can start judging how far away each planet is from the sun. So the next one we're going to do is Mercury. That's the nearest to the sun. Yes, I know it looks like a lemon, but it's not. It's Mercury. Right, Nanny, if you can do that one pace. Brilliant. That shows us where it is. So the next one is Venus. And how many paces? I think that's going to be 2 paces, Nanny. So if you can do that and put it down on the floor. So we can move on to the next planet. The best planet in the world is Earth, where we live. And that is going to be how many paces? 3 paces away. Okay, off you go, Nanny. 1, 2, 3. You're getting quite a long way away. You're nearly out the front door. Great, said Nanny. I've done that. Now on to Mars. How far away is that? You need to go 5 paces for Mars, said Harry. 5, said Nanny. I'm going to be over the other side of the road if I'm not careful. Nanny went out and had to open the door to put Mars on the floor. Now on to Jupiter, the 5th furthest away from the sun. An orange, said Nanny. No, it's Jupiter, said Harry. OK, 10 paces, said Nanny. Are you sure? OK, well, I'll see you in a little while. Nanny went off to do her 10 places. She was really out the front door now. Look how far away it is from the sun. Nanny put Jupiter on the floor and then came back to see what was next. Saturn, her favourite one. It still looks like an orange to me, said Nanny. No, it's Saturn, said Harry. How many paces? 10, 20. Gosh, I've got a long way to go. I'm going to go now. OK, off Nanny went, all the way through the hall, up the drive. And she kept on going and going. How far would she go? She stopped just before the road. Luckily, the orange wouldn't get squashed if any cars came along. Next up, Uranus, a very, very cold planet and 7th away from the sun. How many? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? 50 steps away, said Nanny. I'll see you later. And off Nanny went with her Uranus. On and on she went. Harry was a bit worried. I hope she looked across the road to make sure there were no cars coming before she went. Nanny was going and going and she stopped finally, right the way over the other side of the road. Nanny finally came back in to do Neptune, the last planet in the solar system. This must be a long way, said Nanny, if they're all that far away. Yes, it is 75 steps, said Harry. So you better get going, Nanny. Do be careful of the traffic and make sure that you don't talk to any strangers on the way. Nanny carried on. She went across the road right to where Uranus was, but she couldn't go any further. There were houses in the way. So Nanny said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll go down the road just to show you how far it is. And off Nanny went. Hooray, said Nanny. I finally finished planting the planets. It was really good fun, Harry, and I've learned such a lot about planets. There are 8 in the solar system. I've learned all their names and how far away they are from the sun and how long they take to go round it. It was really interesting. I hope you've all enjoyed it too.